Fighters browsing through articles at the store, market bustling with activities. These are the scenes from Kabul's Bush Bazaar. The market is named after former US President George Washington Bush, who ordered the invasion of Afghanistan post the 9/11 attacks. The market saw Taliban fighters raiding and browsing the stores for leftover army goods. The Bush market put on display some of the military leftovers for the buyers. Jackets, belts, guns, caps, you name it, and it was there for sale. The women who have gathered in the enclosure are female health workers, teachers, and rights defenders. The takeover of Afghanistan has severely impacted them financially and emotionally. Their rights have been snatched away, basic facilities have been deprived, and their livelihood bears a dent. Since the Taliban overran Kabul on August 15th and seized control of the country, the world has been watching to see whether they will recreate their harsh rule of the late 1990s. With foreign aid cut off from Afghanistan, these women request the donors to help Afghanistan financially.
We call on the international community, the World Bank, and the other donors to help us fund the payment of Afghan teachers' salaries in order to provide a quality education to boys and girls as one of their fundamental rights. Number 3.
The capital of Afghanistan is broke, or so the Taliban claims. The situation has led to non-payment of wages to 14,000 female healthcare workers and 1,20,000 female educators. Prior to Taliban taking control of the country, foreign aid accounted for nearly 75% of the nation's public expenditure. The funds have been frozen and now an economic crisis looms. A protest which was scheduled to raise awareness among neighboring Muslim nations was called off in the last moment. However, these two women were unfazed in their approach to get help in seeking asylum in other nations. Activists Zohra Amiri and Roya Afghaniar held placards outside the Pakistan embassy in Kabul. The two called on fellow Muslim countries to open their borders to those willing to flee the war-torn nation.
ما برنامه داریم تظاهرات‌های ما را تا زمانی به خواسته‌های ملت افغانستان لبیک گفته نشده و مهاجرین ما که در حالت بد قرار داره تا زمانی که صدای اینها بلند نشده و جامعه جوانی به خواسته‌های مهاجرین ما لبیک نگفته از اونا پشتیبانی نکرده ما تظاهرات‌های ما تا آخرین نفس ادامه میدیم و از هیچ گونه ترس هراسی بر نمی‌گردیم.
Sharing his plight and expressing his fears, the man you see on your screen is Yahya. Yahya identifies himself as gay and a non-conforming person, and he is scared for his life. He left the relative safety of his Kabul home 3 times in 6 weeks after the Taliban takeover. The reason why he left his home is because of the fear of being shot by the Taliban for his sexual orientation. He said in despair that the hardliners would kill him if they found out that he is openly gay.
So when they know about yourself, they definitely know that you have been involved in certain acts and you identify yourself as a certain person. In this case, it's gay. So they will either throw you out from a tall building, that's their law. And now, in 1996, there were not a lot of tall buildings in Kabul, but now there are a lot of taller buildings. They'll just throw you out. If you became alive, that's you. Or they will throw a wall on you, that's their law. Or they will just shoot you, the easiest one.